church, some warrior. It will be an animancer, or it will be no one at all.
Have you tried your experience on any other subjects? I have, yes. No point in lying about it. Now that Ithamir's involved, I asked for volunteers from our patients to have a few brave souls come forward. I was very close at one time to a breakthrough. They understood that. They understood their sacrifices would mean something. I'd like access to the North Ward. Out of the question. Those patients are in isolation for a reason. Your forehead seems damp all of a sudden. Perhaps I should discuss your insubordination with the head warden.
You smug cretin. How dare you come down here and meddle? You have no idea the importance of my research.
He balls up his fist and digs his teeth into his index finger, a growl simmering beneath his breath and a deep scowl compressing his face.
Fine. Speak to them for all the good it will do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
He pulls a heavy key from one of his pockets and nearly slams it down on the floor before handing it to you. Very well. Thanks, bro. Good talk. The man has a look in his eyes of a hunted animal as you approach. He staggers back from the far corner of his cell, halfway appearing as though he would climb the walls if you'd get him further away from you. He cries out a bizarre, primal utterance like nothing you've ever heard. I need to ask you some questions. Graham looks at you blankly. It is unclear whether he understands you or not, but his panic is momentarily subsided. He opens his mouth to speak, but the words come out are half-formed, as though his tongues were cut out. They are impossible for you to discern, if indeed they are words at all. I don't think he can speak anymore, not in words at least. This is monstrous. There are things I need now. You are afraid. Do certain visitors make you afraid? He looks at you with uncertainty. Slowly, tentatively, he steps closer to the front of his cell. As he does so, the first thing you can perceive, his soul within your kin. It is misshapen, as though maimed by some jagged instrument, and large expanses of it have been gouged out entirely. You feel no barriers of resistance. If you wanted to, you could look further into Graham's soul. Peer into his soul. You project out toward the main soul in front of you, merging with it. Its confusion and fear becoming yours as it whisks you into its depths. You are in your cell. A key turns. The door creaks open on neglected hinges. Thoughts come to you in waves, incomplete, broken, fearful. Standing at the door is a routed, balding man. His upper teeth and pointy nose remind you of a rat. He beckons apologetic. You don't want to go anything else. In your mind is a single word, and the word is no, but it dissolves before it reaches your lips. You press against the back wall, cornered, you cry out. In darkness, you fight against unseen restraints. You cannot move your arms or legs. The man walks into the room carrying a lit candle, its meager flame casting long shadows across books and machinery. Straps bind your arms and legs. Cold metal circumscribes the crown of your head and beneath your chest. The man is sorry. He is in need of raw materials. They dismantled his work, and he needs another source. He needs to show them he was right. He thanks you. Then he turns a knob, and you feel yourself begin to crack from within, and you feel your pieces of you being torn away, like having the insides chewed by a horde of rats. And you are screaming, a scream you can barely hear. Continue searching. Another night. Heavy footsteps outside your door, coming for you. You look through the slit of your door. The flesh giant, an artificial being just outside, but facing left, facing the end of the hall. The boy there. The boy looks with interest at the giant, then collapses to the floor like a shred of snake skin. The giant convulses for a moment, and then rights itself, turns away, and leaves. Graham looks at you, still wild-eyed, but somehow more present. He nods at you, then walks back to the end of his cell. Damn. Oh, something get done? Assign. Alright, nothing there. Someone here? I don't want any of these.
These poor people. This isn't the treatment that they were promised upstairs by the cushioned seats and lush carpets. Is that the cure for soul sickness? To be thrown into a cell and subjected to the whims of your captor?
These animancers are as mad as their patients. But if all were treated like this, the sanitarium would never survive. What did these patients do to warrant such conditions? There are just many who come here and cured of their ills, people who would otherwise be cast aside. I hope so. Kind of takes a deep breath. You're probably right. It's just hard to see. Let's be on our way. This place gnaws at the soul. A willowy adolescent boy stands in the center of a cell. Gawkish and stoop-shouldered, he stares straight ahead. The occasional blink is his only movement. It is unclear whether he registers your presence at all behind his glassy, doll-like eyes. Reach out for the soul. You close your eyes and edge forward to the boy's soul. As you near, a sudden malaise comes over you. You are cold and warm all at once, sweating and shivering and straining for breath, as you did on the caravan journey. The soul you approach is the wrong one, a parasitic plant that strangles its host. It is predatory and pitiless, and you have crossed paths with it before. Too late does it occur to you to react, and you already feel yourself plunging into some interminable abyss of thought and memory. You're standing in a cell now, the same cell in a sanitarium. The halls are moonlit and empty, and you are waiting. At the far end of the ward, the door opens, revealing a flesh golem in silhouette beneath the stone archway. It makes its usual rounds. The same stops every time. This misbegotten child of despondent creators. When the construct is close, you coil yourself up and spring forward, passing out of the boy's body as though it were a membrane. You can sense his body behind you, collapsing on the floor, a puppet whose strings are cut. You're rushing towards the golem now, bodiless as a gust of wind. Quickly, you think to yourself, quickly, and you feel strength hemorrhaging from your soul as you dart towards the makeshift abomination. You pass into the golem's shell and overtake the soul implanted within. Encircling it, surpassing it, and contained in this new vessel, you feel strong again. You step heavy-footed down the corridors, unheeded by other constructs, and scrutinized only by the wary, untrustworthy eyes of the mad, coming at last to an office piled with books and scribbled papers with reverse implements of animancy. You set your oversized hands on a large machine, a nest of globes and tubes and coils in the center of the room. You go to work, bending wires and unsettling alignments. Your surroundings are pulled past you, or perhaps you are pulled past them. They dissolve into a blur, and when they settle into place again, you're outside on a clear day, standing in front of a crowd stacked high above you on the tiered seats of an amphitheater. You are acting for the crowd, standing deliberately still, but this is no play. A balding man with rodent-like features is strapping you to a machine, the one you had tampered with. You see your arms for the first time, short and fleshy, unmistakably those of a little girl, but this body is not truly yours. Your mind still holds the same determination, the same hard-heartedness as before. Your body itself is cold and vacuous. Unlike the others, this one has no soul of its own. The man speaks, and the crowd applauds with enthusiasm worthy of a hero's entrance. Bear witness, he says. As he pulls the lever, the machine shivers and sparks, and a bead of sweat rolls down the side of the man's brow. but with the crowd's apprehension quickly gives way to the awe as a crystal globe fills with a radiant mist that casts the entire theater aglow. He opens a valve and the glow crawls through a tube along the length of copper wiring and runs to a set of electrodes beneath your armpits. You feel nothing when it reaches you, as it should be, for you have only been leading his work astray periodically for some time, altering notes and setting and playing puppeteer for Hollowborn, but you make it look how people would expect it to look when the body is infused with a soul. In a moment, the machine goes dark and the man unstraps you, eyeing you with a scientist's concern. He looks back up at the crowd. Behold, he says. There is an obvious hesitation in his voice. Slowly, you take a plodding step forward, then another and another. You look up at the man, giving him an eye contact of which no Hollowborn is capable, and the crowd gasps. The man looks relieved. How do you feel? He asks at a set volume meant for the crowd. And this is the moment. Atop of your lungs, you let out a piercing shriek. The man comes towards you, his hands outstretched, but you run the other way, back to the machine. With all your strength, you drive your head into the crystal globe. It shatters, streaking your head with warm blood. You drive your head down onto the surface of the machine again and again, drawing panicked screams from the crowd, and by the time the man reaches you, your body has already ceased proper function. It merely twitches on the cold ground. Satisfied, you depart the corpse and search for another unsuspecting host. Who could put their faith in animancy now? You're pulled again from the surroundings, transcending the boundaries of memories and lifetimes. Deeper and deeper, past betrayals and murders, lies upon lies that form thick webbing of plots beyond mortal comprehension. You sit at last in a room that you've seen before, expansive with tall device encasing an Audra monolith in the center. This room is filled with people, and the people all look at the device. You were yanked suddenly back to reality at the once catatonic boy in his cell is looking directly at you, appraising, calculating. There is no mistaking now that the soul of the man who caused your awakening that gazes out from the burrowed husk, a watcher. I believe we share a common past. We'll look for some answers. Is that so? He makes no effort to hide his disinterest, but he continues to search your eyes. He's making a slight grunting noise, and his eyes soften for an instant, and it seems for that moment he recognizes you. His mouth opens to speak, and then seems to think better of what he could do. Seems to think better of what he was about to say. His jaw tightens. I know your look, your hunger for answers that elude you. It gnaws at your soul. It usurps the reason for being. You're like everyone. I will help you let go. He dodges backwards in startling grace, put himself out of reach. On his face there is no malice, only the dispassion of a farmer putting down a sick animal. Then suddenly he slumps forward. Oh, this is gonna be fun. 3's enough. We don't need more. Oh. Gosh, dang it. Alright. I've never fought a flesh construct. So this is a first. Man, we're gonna end up killing all these people. It's gonna make everyone mad.
How may I help?
What?
Gosh dang it.
What?
Oh, that's a druid. Are we done? Can we rest? Hold on, is there anything? Post a mirrored image. We got some stuff. Let's rest. Oh man. And one second.
Hey.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. Had to talk to the wife for a second. So let's continue going through here. Alright, so these things don't seem super strong, so that's an upside.
Leave it to me. You're not getting through me.
For the Republic!
Hey,
Man. I have a feeling it's going to stir a lot of issues. There's nothing we can really do. I mean, soul took over a body and made everything angry with us.
hey.
Grab some loot. Alright, I guess we're just gonna kind of go everywhere. Let's see. Let's see if we can talk to this dude again. What have you done? You've been experimenting on patients against their will, mangling their souls. I have witnessed it with my own eyes. Azo's face drains with low-colored hat. How could you possibly? Look, it had to be done. Ethelmer and the others, they took everything from me, everything when I was this close. I had to know. I had to know where I failed and why. Imagine the value if I succeeded. I had something that could make all those hollow infants into something like a real person. With a few more patrons and a few years' research, who knows? No one has come that close with the legacy. It's why I have to continue. Why I have to risk everything here working in secret. Why? It's why you have to lie to Ethelmere for me. Tell him you cleared me of all suspicion. We'll see.
I trust that you'll do what's right for Deerwood. Don't hold everyone accountable for my mistakes.
The same fools responsible for cruel salvation, for the cruel, salvation, thought they'd solve the problem too. A few years of study in a research lab doesn't give someone the moral authority to tinker with souls. Farewell. Yeah, no. This dude has literally screwed these people over. Oh, shoot. Alright, you move over there. You move over there.
Hey,
You go attack him.
Following your lead.
hi? You're not You're not getting through me. Of course.
Anything else here? Man, we are hitting hard. Everything has to die.
You're not getting through me. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. Hey.
I love this background music, you know? The screams are just so relaxing. Alright, let's check out in here. Anything? And everyone's like cleared out. Oh, wait. No. I wonder if since he cleared out, we can get in that chest. Let's go check that out. I want to see if we can get in that chest. Man who waits. Oh, so we got that one done. I didn't even notice.
Greetings.
No, can't do anything. That dude doesn't care about anything. Alright. Let's go up and talk to the head warden. What in blazes happened down there? You were given permission to ask questions. I had everything, it's complicated. Patient Unscrum was working with the lane key only without knowing it. He finished the explanation. Ethmir breaks down silence. I've read accounts of people in history who could do what you described. The accounts are few and brief, but never reliable. Some go as far as to suggest that they are all the same person. If truly such a person was among us here plotting our ruin, would that I had a body again and could come with some real use in our time of need. I fear that the future may hold for this place. I'm grateful you're able to dispatch the threat before it was loss of innocent life. We very rarely had another scoundrel in our hands. What of Azo? What part did his experience play in this catastrophe? If I hadn't come along, Azo was only trying to help the patient. Linky took advantage of him. At the worst possible time, say no more. Kidman Azo is no longer welcome in this facility. Good. Good. Awesome. So we're done here. We knocked out 2 of our quests. Easy day.
I wonder, Alov, don't you ever feel curious about Isolmir's history?
Not even a little.
But think of the opportunities. You could learn so much about the past.
There are some things I'm happy not knowing.
Alright, so we got 2 main quests left. We got this battle that we're working on. We have to talk to Valayan Embassy. We still have to go back and try to beat this. That one's really difficult. There's all kinds of spirits and stuff in there. That one, the Rogue Knight, which is somewhere here. That we got to deal with. But that's where we're going to cut it off right now, guys. Thank you so much for the support today. Thank you for all the follows that came. We will continue this playthrough in the future. Depending on what's going on tonight, I might try to stream tonight. I did a day stream instead of my usual evening stream. But we're going to continue this. If I don't end up streaming a game tonight, I might just do a chat session while I do some video editing. But once again, thank you guys so much for popping in here today. Thank you for the support. Hopefully with the next couple months we'll hit affiliate. And we'll be able to go from there, come up with some good emotes, and all kinds of stuff like that. But I will catch you guys next time.